This may be something that your average person on TikTok doesn't know, but venture capitalists have to pay back management fees. So yes, they are paid 2% every year, and hypothetically, if the fund performs below a 1x, they're not necessarily paying back management fees. But the management fees are the first thing that's paid back as capital is distributed. So as you start to have distributions, you reimburse LPs for the management fee, and then you start participating in the carry after those fees are paid back. And so calling this a 2% parasite fee is just strictly incorrect. I absolutely believe that venture capital management fees are one of the biggest issues facing tech, one of the biggest issues facing the venture capital ecosystem. However, the issue is not that venture capital management fees incentivize no performance, it's that they incentivize stable and underperformance versus what venture capital should be, which is risk-taking and outperformance. The reason I say you should do management fees by election is because I want to create incentive for LPs to want to pay premium carry, to want to actually incentivize returns. So to get to that, 3 to 5 to 7 to, let's call your Union Square Ventures like 30x venture fund. I want that to be incentivized, not the, private equity style 1 to 2 to 3x returns. That's not why you invest in venture. And that's not saying that those returns are necessarily bad either. If you return a 2x and you're tax advantaged, that can be a very good asset for somebody like CalPERS, for these state pensions, where their job is more not to lose money. That's where all of these incentive profiles come from. The issue is that like CalPERS should not be investing in venture in that light. They should view that as upside. Venture is an upside class. It is something you invest in that is high risk and that you may or may not return capital from, but you will hypothetically see the returns from that risk. Versus CalPERS also has a broader private equity book. That's where you should be incentivizing that 1 to 3x with a 2% management fee. It's a very different incentive set, and you're incentivizing VCs to become PE, which is precisely what you're seeing Andreessen Horowitz doing right now. So anyways, that's my little rant, is like, look, VCs aren't really parasites in any capacity. They're just not very good at their jobs. They're not executing their actual job that they're paid to do. They're not being venture capitalists. They're acting like PE bros and being okay with kind of mediocre PE returns, which is, frankly speaking, what venture has provided, which is middling level private equity returns. That's what you can do if you look at the comps and the benchmarks.